Sharkey-Steenson.
It starts with a wave of heat, and then a slow trickle of sweat down your back. It's like no other heat you've ever felt before. It begins in your toes and it rips through your body like a wildfire. Before thousands of tiny taps turn on, your makeup slides to your chin, your hair sticks to your head, your clothes cling to your body, drenched. And as you stand there in front of the boardroom, hoping for the floor to open up and swallow you, you wonder, how do I go on? This is menopause. It's visceral, it's intense, and we need to talk about it. Yet 41% of medical courses, medical schools in the UK don't even include it as a mandatory part of their training. So symptoms go untreated, misdiagnosed, and if the medical professionals don't know what they're dealing with, how the hell do we? Now, I'm not here as a medical expert. I'm here as a leadership coach who sees the impact of menopause on people's lives, derailing careers, derailing lives daily. And I can understand that 2/3 maybe of the audience, maybe a bit less, are probably thinking, well, this has nothing to do with me. I'll just have a wee nap. But no, whilst menopause may directly impact the 51% of us that menstruate, 100% of us will feel its effects. This is your mum, your partner, your friend, your colleague, who may be experiencing the most difficult time in their lives. They may not even know what's happening, and they might be too ashamed to talk about it. And some of you are probably thinking, well, I've got years yet. I don't need to worry about this. That was me. But let me tell you, forewarned is forearmed. And because menopause is something that we've not really talked about until recently, most of us don't have a clue. And it's become the stuff of myth and legend. So let me clear up a few things for you. First of all, menopause is only one day. Perimenopause is the culprit running through your body up to 10 years before. Menopause is just the 1-year anniversary of stopping bleeding. And it doesn't all necessarily stop when you reach that anniversary. Because we might also get the joy of experiencing postmenopausal challenges too. Yay! You see, menopause is a hormone deficiency. And hormones are chemical messengers that interact with every single cell in your body. And that's why its impact is so far-reaching. And that myth of it being a middle-aged thing, well, the reality is perimenopause can hit at any stage post-puberty. And for most of us, it will hit in our late 30s, early 40s, right at the height of your pressure sandwich, with aging parents, growing kids, increasing stress and responsibility at work. So it's easy to cast off the symptoms as another of life's stresses. And it hits just at a point where most of us are starting to notice our relevance diminishing. Because another ism bites. Ageism, great. Gendered ageism, to be precise. There are 34 recognised symptoms, yet I feel like I've had 250 of them. From itchy skin to memory loss, blood floods to incontinence, there's really no end to the delights. And people are living with the shame and trauma of these symptoms every day, which is often what stops them from speaking out about it, even to their nearest and dearest. And according to NHS England, 13 million women are currently experiencing this. That equates to a third of the UK female population. And we really have to look at how we talk about it. From the butter jokes to euphemism central. The change, give me a break. Mood swings, well sure isn't that part of everyday life? My experience of mood swings was that 1 minute I could be sitting, roaring, laughing, watching Dairy Girls. The next, crying inconsolably, and quite honestly considering walking in front of a bus. Irritability? I don't think so. My experience was abject rage. I spent most of lockdown stopping myself from putting a hatchet through my husband's head. Sorry, babe. So you've had no sleep, your brain's full of mashed potato, and you're quite possibly suffering from paranoia. So a bit like when you're grieving, now is not the time to make big decisions. Yet according to Royal London, 50% of women are currently considering leaving the workplace because of their menopause experience. And according to Bupa, close to 1 million women in the UK already have. So an already unequal workplace is set to become even more male-dominated, especially at the top. We are in crisis. These are women often at the top of their game. Like a superb CEO I coached, Martha. She flipped a business from failing to mega profits, suddenly deciding, I just can't hack this anymore, and thinking about quitting. Or Amy, a hotshot tech leader, who'd already gone through enough bias and BS to get to the top, suffering such crippling anxiety, she didn't believe she could be in the boardroom anymore. So my mission is to stop this leadership loss, where women feel they've got no option other than to step down or step out of the workplace because they no longer feel capable. And worse still, they're not being supported in this critical moment. So I'm asking us all to stop this menopausal talent drain, to press pause on the lie that lies of menopause. The lies that start when women start to say to themselves, I can't do this. I'm not capable anymore. I don't even know who I am. Because the lie of menopause and the hormones is such that you believe you can't ever, that the real you is gone, and that this marshmallow of a being left in its place is the new you. Well, no, enough is enough. And sadly, society has bought the lie. Worse still, we've all perpetuated it, creating false narratives and writing fairy tales of hags and crones, women past their prime. Now it's time for a rewrite. Because what you'll see when you look past the stereotypes and assumptions is women bursting with wisdom and ambition, women full of intellect and expertise, women who've been spinning plates, navigating and negotiating across generations, making quick decisions and making creative thinking look like second nature. So my first advice for those of you that may be feeling this is me is obvious yet overlooked. Go and speak to your doctor. Don't assume that this is another of life's stresses. that it will get better when. Ask yourself and ask them, is there more to this? And secondly, I want to offer all of you a gift. For some of you, it's a gift you'll take and give to others. You can be their ally. You have the power to change somebody else's world. For some of you who are feeling like you've lost your power, your will, your fight, this is a gift for you to take and use often. Because, believe it or not, you do have the power to change your own world. And when you do that, you change it for others around you. So I offer you my 4 P's to manage menopause, an anchor in the storm. My first P is purpose. Ask yourself, what's truly important to me? What do I believe is my legacy and my place? And as an ally, remind her of her purpose. Tell her what her impact has already been when she can no longer remember. My second P is potential. Before this juggernaut hit, what did you truly believe was possible? Because that potential is still there. It may be hidden, it may be on hold, but it still exists. And as a supporter, you can remind her of her potential. You can see it when she can no longer see it for herself. The third P is people. No person is an island. We all thrive with the help and support of others. Ask for help. I know it can be difficult for us. But we need to do that. It's what will get us through. And as an advocate, back her. Be there offering help carefully and support whenever she needs it. And the final P is perhaps the most important. Permission. Permission to unmask, permission to stop pushing through, permission to trust yourself. Because we all deserve times when we're allowed to play below par. And my experience of women is that they over-deliver and over-perform so often, they've more than earned this moment. So you be there, giving her permission when she won't give it to herself. And finally, I want to offer you some hope, because what I've described is rather challenging, but it's not all terrible. There's lots to celebrate. Because, of course, we get to stop bleeding, which is amazing. But also, we have to recognise that in adversity comes our greatest growth. And so I want to remind you, you will come out the other side stronger. Know that your anger can be a superpower, ridding you of the pesky people pleaser, turning you into an activist, no longer accepting the bias and the bullshit. Our connection can grow as we reach out and ask for help and support others. It's a time when we can grow as a community and a sisterhood. And I also want to get you to think about ushering in a new dawn, when 0 fucks are given. Because let's face it, we don't have the time or the energy to care what anyone else thinks. And that, my friends, is freedom. So I want you to all come together and raise your voices collectively to say no to the lies of menopause, no to the menopausal talent drain, and yes to supporting women at this critical time. Using the 4 Ps to build them up. because doing that, you will change someone's life. You will change homes. You will change workplaces. And yes, my friends, we may even change the world.
Marvellous. Wow, Sinead Sharkey-Steenson.